Mr. Mayor, Council,
Yeah.
Mr. Dunwoody, Town Manager, what I'd like to present to you is Dennis Warner. Dennis Warner was born and raised in Toronto, Ontario. He worked as a security supervisor in the downtown office complex after high school. He graduated college in 1985 as a stationary engineer specializing in high-pressure steam production and ammonia refrigeration systems. And he worked this for a good many years. About 1992, he moved from the big city of Toronto to a small community, not much, maybe just a little bit larger than Winnsboro, called Georgina. I get it right.
That's all right.
And during off hours, he worked as a freelance photographer and reporter for a number of newspapers covering police and fire incidents, as well as working for a number of radio stations doing on-scene and in-station reporting. He volunteered many hours collecting food for the food bank there, transporting domestic abuse victims to women's shelters, and donating toys at Christmas that happens to those in need. Given a temporary place to sleep to a number of families after fires at various times. Cleared snow and checked on elderly neighbors to ensure that they were safe during the storms. And up in Canada, they have quite big storms up there. He directed traffic at accident scenes, laid hose at fires when volunteers were unavailable, and pretty well anything else you could think of that would make for a better community. And usually did that quite anonymously. But on the first day of summer in 2002, June 21st, 4 days before his 37th birthday, the brakes failed on his 1997 Lumina, and he hit a dump truck at 45 miles an hour. Not once, but twice. Head on first, and then broadside as the car spun around. The seat buckled, and he was forced under the seat belt over the center console and hit the back seat. That caused two vertebrae to implode, and the shards of the bone severed his spinal cord, leaving him paralyzed from his belly button down. That June morning was the beginning of a new life. From that point on in 2002, he worked on himself to get back to being able to do for himself, to being what everybody takes for granted, and that's being independent. He has very little family left alive, a brother and a sister who he hadn't seen since before the accident. But during this trip, for the first time in 6 years, he's heard from 2 nephews, so things are looking up. He had no desire to go back to work, to any sort of regular work that he could do, and most of it he could not do. Having worked an average of 80 hours a week, or more for most of his adult life, he figured it was well beyond the time for him to retire and just enjoy life. At the same time, there was no ties to home, and he was free to do anything he wanted to do without having to answer to anyone. During an average winter since the accident, he's cleared the snow from driveways and walkways. And you should go on YouTube and watch him run a snowblower in the winter. On an average of 5 times a week, sometimes as much as 10 times a week, not just for himself. To keep a path safe for emergencies and to keep the visitors safe as well. Entertaining to watch, but hard on the body. Through a friend of mine and Captain Gonzalez's, a police officer from Toronto by the name of Don Clark, we met through the SACPO organization. I know, Mr. Miller, you're quite familiar with him. And I'm a two-term past state president. William Gonzalez is a 3-term past state president. And through Don Clark, we met Dennis Warner. And this past March of last year, talking with Dennis and Don, and we were talking about volunteering, how we use volunteers for firefighting and all, and struck up a conversation. And Dennis said, well, I'll volunteer, which is exactly what he did. So he ran away from home this past September and came down to our fair city of Winnsboro, traveled 900 miles in 12 and a half hours, and didn't get stopped either. With a fully loaded van, including 2 wheelchairs, that he had to climb over one to get to the second in order to get out and fill his gas tank twice along the way, which is something that we take for granted, just merely filling up a vehicle. And that was without assistance. What he has done since he has been volunteering since September, which is 26 weeks, he has brought leadership, professionalism, education. There's not anybody up there that he has not talked to levels that it takes us years to get to because of his past experiences, and share, especially with the younger officers that you see we're represented here by some of them now, and what he has shared with us. He has volunteered 1,150 hours since September, which averages to 44.2 hours a week during that 26 hours that he's been here. We're grateful. He's going home. He has to go home for a while. Snow still up there?
Oh, yeah.
Got a little bit of snow still up there. Didn't wait long enough. But we're truly going to miss him, and I think that Thursday or Friday will be your last day working.
I believe it'll be Thursday unless something happens again Friday.
Oh, speaking of that, when we have emergencies and fires, he stays at Lamplighter. He can come out of his bed, get in his chair, in his van, to the office, out of his van, and into dispatch quicker than some of these officers sitting here can do it. So it's amazing to watch him. But what we'd like to do at this point in time is present you, Dennis, with a little token of our appreciation. And I'll read it. I can get it out there. The Winnsboro Public Safety Department presented to Dennis Warner in appreciation for your continuous and dedicated service to the Winnsboro Department of Public Safety. Thank you for your leadership and all that you do to make this department a professional organization. A special thank you for looking out for and taking care of our officers. And that's from the command staff and the officers of the Winnsboro Department of Public Safety. Thank you.
Dennis, on behalf of Town Council and the Town of Winnsboro, we also have a certificate of appreciation. Certifies that Dennis Warner is awarded this certificate for faithful and dedicated service to the Winnsboro Public Safety Department, given at Winnsboro, South Carolina, the 17th day of March, 2009. I want to congratulate you on your stamina. I want to congratulate you on the role model that you are. You're certainly one of the world's heroes, not one of Winnsboro's, not one of America's, and not one of Canada's, but one of the world's heroes.
I take up one city at a time.
We're mighty proud of you. You've overcome great adversity, obviously, and it hasn't affected your spirit of volunteerism and your willingness to give to your fellow man, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, you can say whatever you want.
I'll try to be kind and quick. It's only 300 pages long. So it shouldn't take but a second to get through it.
He is a former reporter, he knows how to be brief.
Mayor Gaddy, members of the council, Mr. Wood, Chief Yates, town staff. Yep, I ran away from home last September 11th, and it still seems like only yesterday that I was sitting in West Virginia watching the sunrise peek over the mountains, revealing that beauty that was all around me. As I took in that sight, I was still trying to decide if I had made the right decision in coming here. At 900 miles from the comfort and safety of my own home, I finally think I've got the answer. This whole experience has been an incredible accomplishment for me, right from that first time I had to get out and pump my gas, down to the not quite accessible one-bedroom apartment I've called home for the last 6 months. and the makeshift techniques that I've had to do simply to live. Learning where everything in town is on the fly, and then figuring out all those lovely nicknames that you have for the same places. Learning a different legal system and doing 10 different things at the same time while being bombarded and asked to do several others, with nothing less than perfection being the expected norm, has made for some challenging moments. But I made it through. Through the long hours, the storms, fires, power outages, and just about anything else imaginable and sometimes unimaginable. Through the tone notes in the night that saw me perfect that art of getting out of the bed and back to the dispatch in under 7 minutes. Through all of this, I managed to get the job done, all the while balancing the routines which being a paraplegic also demand, and none of which are optional. My personal behind-the-scenes struggles were as much of a challenge as the job itself. I had to prove to me more than to anyone else that I really could do this. Knowing that my presence was helping not just WDPS, but the people of Winnsboro is what's kept me going. The members of the Department of Public Safety, as well as the people in the departments I've dealt with every day, are some of the nicest I have ever worked with in a very long time. And I'd like to thank them publicly for their patience, understanding, and assistance along the way. My concerns were always for the safety of everyone involved, and I tried my best to achieve that goal. Winnsboro should be very proud to not only have department heads like Chief Wayne Yates, William Medlin, Leon Adams, and Jesse Douglas working for them, but all those people working under them as well. They are some of the most dedicated individuals that I've ever known, and their hard work is often underappreciated. I'm proud of what I've accomplished here, personally, physically, with the department, and with the residents it serves. My time here kept me out of the snow, and it kept me a little bit healthier than I may otherwise have been. But my time has come to make my journey home. Northbound with the Canada geese, to trade that still strange sweet tea for a good cup of coffee. I'll be happy to get home. My friends and familiar surroundings await my return. But my happiness is also going to be burdened with a really deep sadness that's going to come from leaving my new friends behind. It's going to be a bittersweet trip up that interstate. I would wrap up by saying that I wouldn't hesitate for 1 minute to do it all again, especially now that I've got it figured out. It's been an honor to be part of the Department of Public Safety and a member of this community, even for this short time, and I'm going to miss it every single day. Thank you.
The door is always open when you decide you want to come back.
Appreciate that. As soon as the snow looks like it's going to hit again, you'll hear the siren coming into town.
You might want to be a snowbird and come back every year.
It's very tempting.
We appreciate everything you've done, appreciate your help, and hope you have a safe trip home, and I know you'll enjoy getting back to your family and friends, but thank you for the impact you've made on our community.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, Dennis.
Now that you're a volunteer of Winnsboro, what did you be continuing throughout the country and be the volunteer of the year for?
Well, as long as it's a warm place during the winter, it can happen.
Danny's got 2 of them Canadian geese coming down here Saturday, gonna spend a weekend with him, and Monday they'll get the sack broken down.
All right.